Ain't no Elon.
But she also brought us Dr. Oz and The Secret. We have to remember what this lady has done.
She has to be held accountable.
I forgive her, but The Secret is a particularly egregious offense.
What, you just...
Oh, you don't believe?
You don't believe?
Oh, believe?
I want to be rich.
When I had a son, I stopped watching Oprah because it was just too anti-male, and I felt like I didn't want to bring him up in a home where Oprah was constantly attacking men, and it's really helped.
Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson just tag-teamed the cultural icon herself, Oprah, and the results were savage, hilarious, and absolutely jaw-dropping. From her billion-dollar book club to her hypnotic soft power, they pulled no punches. Rogan called out the wellness hustle, while Tucker exposed the velvet-gloved empire of emotional manipulation. No scented candle or vision board was safe. This wasn't a roast. It was a full-blown demolition of the Queen of Talk. Brace yourself. Oprah's kingdom just got shaken to its core.
Yes, and it's honestly...
She's a little old to be falling down. You loved it?
I loved it.
Wow.
Loved it. She didn't get hurt.
People get hurt.
She's fine.
She's dead.
She died?
Yes.
All right. Ding dong. The witch is dead.
She didn't. Imagine if she did, and I was
if she died from the fall.
About her. No, she didn't die.
No, she's fine. I just think like
she looks like she got hurt.
It's nice to see billionaires fall.
I agree. And remember, keep your boys away from Oprah. It'll make them feel bad about
I didn't quite know how to respond to that.
It's absolutely true. Keep your girls away from rap, your boys away from Oprah, and everybody will be fine.
Joe Rogan didn't ease into it. He came in swinging like he had just mainlined a gallon of espresso and found Oprah's book club sitting on his porch reading manifestos. With that trademark intensity, he raised his eyebrows, chuckled like he knew a secret the rest of the world hadn't caught on to, and then tore into it like a bear. Finding an unattended sherry rich.
I imagine myself flying. I can fly. I will beat my wings until I take off. What's up?
Yeah.
It was one of the more I want to say disturbing, but it was confusing when that was taking hold with people. When I had friends that were telling me that The Secret is real and that they imagined they were going to fulfill these childhood dreams that they had about whatever, being a fucking astronaut, whatever it would be. There's a couple people that I knew that were trying to tell me that The Secret was going to be the thing and that they had a vision board and they had photographs, they put pictures up of the things that they wanted. Like them in front of large crowds and shit. And I'm like, oh boy.
Them in front of large crowds.
This is so not how it works.
Yeah.
Joe said Oprah's influence is like black hole gravity. You get too close, and next thing you know, you're eating kale chips, meditating on a crystal rock, and buying $790 gratitude journals you didn't know you needed. She doesn't sell products. She hypnotizes people into draining their savings on soap that smells like enlightenment. According to Joe, Oprah could sell bottled tap water and convince people it was collected from the melted glaciers of ancient...
That it is more controversial to criticize Oprah than to burn the American flag.
Really?
Seems that way. I've never heard anybody criticize Oprah. Do you think it's political or do you think it's deeper than that? I mean, you're not like a right-winger.
No.
No? No. You don't even seem that political.
No, I'm not really. I'm pretty much, just
want to do right. Then he leaned in a little, smirking, and said, people treat Oprah like she's the messiah of good vibes. But let's be honest, half her advice sounds like it came from a fortune cookie written during a midlife crisis. It's all inner peace, this vision board that like your problems can be solved with a scented candle and a motivational meme. And that single quotes
That's why it's sold, but Oprah sold it. I mean, she was one of the big ones, man. And she was all in. She was fucking 50 years old at the time. I mean, this is not a young woman who is selling this. How old is Oprah now?
75?
89? No, she just ran a marathon in 4 hours.
Joe couldn't help but bring up the Oprah effect. How whatever she touches turns to gold. But he said it's not magic, it's mass hypnosis. The woman could point at a mop, call it a life share, and suddenly there's a nationwide shortage because America collectively decided it was the key to emotional healing. He said people don't even question her anymore. If Oprah told people to eat pine cones to align their chakras, the next day Whole Foods would have a pine cone wellness aisling.
I've been excluded on Oprah,
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central, you were successful at a young age, you have dignity, you say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too. I don't know what it is, but, several of my I had a movie called Barbershop,
Yeah, I remember.
that I wasn't invited to participate.
And don't get Joe started on the interviews. He said, watching Oprah interview celebrities is like watching a therapist host a talk show on Mars. She asks a question, then stares at you like your soul owes her rent. Somehow, she can make someone cry by just blinking slowly and nodding. It's a Jedi mind trick in high heels. He brought up how Oprah has become this floating deity in the American consciousness. Not just a talk show host, but a lifestyle deity guiding lost souls toward artisanal bread and vegan skin cream. According to Joe, she's less of a person now and more of a cultural brand. Like a sentient aromatherapy diffuser who occasionally grants book deals and makes you cry during lunchtime. And then Joe went full Rogan. He said, the real reason Oprah is so powerful is because she's the queen of the vague insight. He threw his arms up and said, we're living in a world where Oprah could run for president and people would vote based on whether or not she made them cry in 2006. Never mind the policies. Did she help you find your inner child during a rerun? Yes, great. Hand her the nuclear code.
Rogan is calling out Oprah and Michelle Obama for hypocritical speeches at the DNC. Watch.
She's up there talking about income inequality. Like, hey, lady,
Yeah, I know.
you're rich as Like, how is that equal? And also, when Michelle Obama was saying, I think she was saying her mother or grandmother was always suspicious of people who took more than they needed.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you are worth so much money.
Take more than they need. The Obamas have 4 mansions.
And as he leaned back with a grin, Joe made it clear he wasn't hating. He was amazed. Amazed that one woman could become a billionaire by essentially being everyone's emotional barista, serving up hot cups of self-worth with a splash of commercial break. Meanwhile, in a different corner of the media jungle, Tucker Carlson was preparing to roast Oprah with the precision of a man who reads stock reports with a magnifying glass and listens to classical music while cleaning his guns. He approached it like he was dissecting a national security threat disguised in a power suit and a book deal. Tucker began by pointing out that Oprah isn't just a media mogul, she's the undisputed queen of soft power. Then he narrowed his eyes like he was reviewing a classified file and said Oprah is the most terrifying kind of powerful. Nice, not just polite, not just pleasant. No, professionally nice. The kind of nice that walks into a room and makes you apologize for existing incorrectly. She's like, if a cult leader discovered linen pants and spiritual journaling.
I had a movie called Barbershop,
Yeah, I remember.
that I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White, and it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. And so I don't know. I don't know what that's
on Oprah's show.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's.
But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
Tucker went into full philosopher mode. He said, the world sees Oprah as the embodiment of goodness, but really, she's the CEO of curated vulnerability. She packages trauma like a luxury item and sells redemption in monthly installments. You get a healing. You get a healing. Everyone gets a healing, as long as they have a subscription and access to her app. He said Oprah turned crying into a business model. He later said, once you're rich, you turn cancer. Her brand is basically feel deeply, spend generously. She doesn't just market product, she markets enlightenment. As if the key to fulfillment is buried somewhere between a Himalayan salt lamp and a cashmere throw pillow. Then came the part where Tucker looked truly disturbed. He said, Oprah made it fashionable to treat self-help like religion, therapy like a group chat, and feelings like financial assets. In her world, emotional turmoil is content, and healing is a hashtag. It would be trending on wellness blogs coast to coast. Tucker wasn't finished. He said Oprah doesn't even run a network. She runs a spiritual MLM with better lighting. The moment she endorses something, it goes from unknown to holy relic. She could point to a doormat and say it changed her life. And next thing you know, Home Depot is overrun with soccer moms crying.
You should learn those fucking shiny bottom shoes. Them bitches are useless. You can't
you're
wear
gonna
those
fall.
things. They're so slippery. Those really expensive shoes that the gals like that always have the shiny bottoms.
Yeah.
Here she is walking, and I believe she's talking about balance, which is LOL.
Oprah's real power isn't in her audience. It's in the silence between her words. She stares, nods, waits, and in that quiet, people confess things they didn't even tell their therapists. It's sorcery, really, emotional acupuncture with commercial breaks. Tucker's tone got serious for a moment, but the absurdity remained. He said, the scariest part about Oprah is that she never blinks first. In a conversation, she's always the calmest person in the room, like she's already lived the next 10 years and is just humoring you while you catch up. You could be melting down, spiraling, sobbing, and Oprah would be sitting there, one hand on her lap, the other on a silk-bound notepad, looking at you like you just shared a weather update. Then Har raised his eyebrows and said, if there were a Mount Rushmore of media manipulation, Oprah would be the mountain, not the sculpture. She didn't just build a brand. She built a belief system, a faith where she's the high priestess and the gospel is feel your truth, monetize your pain, and always say it with a smile. And with that, Tucker Carlson leaned back, folded his arms, and let the image linger. A world ruled not by fear, not by control, but by a warm voice, a slow nod, and a recommendation that comes with a promo code.